Hello tacticians, it's Nox here playing Warhammer 40k Tacticus, and today's ShoSyl Quest has started. Now I have done the initial common encounters and they're all very simple and straightforward, although I suppose if I do wish to go back I can pick up some extra points, but as you are well aware I'm more about getting all of the medals and looking at the equipment and the upgrades that we get later on in the rare and epic than I am worrying about getting full marks, because what we get out of these chests, whilst nice, isn't the main thing that I think that these quests are about. It's actually managing to get the rare and legendary upgrades from the later encounters at a much higher percentage rate than you would otherwise do so. Now I will point out my team is all Silver 1 apart from Aleph Null, who is Silver 3, and I've also have Ravas, the latest person to join this crew, also at Silver 1 during this quest. I don't know what to expect, so without further ado let's go into encounter 1 for Uncommon. So here we've got to make sure that we don't have anyone flying and we don't use any energy damage. So we can filter both out by clicking here. I'm going to clear. And it looks like we've got the choice of ShoSyl, who we have to use, Thutmose, Makatep and Immerspec. Now Immerspec will probably be the choice here because of the Overwatch. We'll put him at the front. We'll put Makatep next to him to heal him with his passive, and ShoSyl last. So I'll just start shooting. He fled. We'll put Immerspec up on a bit of a height and use Makatep next to him and shoot someone else. Now he's not powerful enough to take all these out, so what we're going to have to do here is hope that the healing, passive healing we get from Makatep will actually keep him topped up. And everything fled. That was nice. And yeah, managed to keep him topped up with his healing. And as we can see, in the packs that we open from this, we get, well, the badges are nice, and one extra orb, one extra character shard. And let's go into encounter 2. Here, we can't use plasma damage, but otherwise we should be fine. So again, we'll put, actually we've got Aleph Null's allowed here, so we'll put Aleph Null at the top. Again, we'll put Makatep followed by ShoSyl. So we'll send Aleph Null up. Let's get some scarabs. And then hopefully we'll spawn some extra scarabs. Actually, before I do that, can we move up and land that's out of range. That goes there. Don't really want him getting hit. So we'll actually stay out of trouble. That's a shame, actually moved up the whole thing rather than spawning again. So I probably won't be able to complete this, but we'll see. If I get lucky on some fleas. I'm going to have to heal myself up. We're fine. Let's move on to encounter 3. So here I can't do any summoning. So I can still use Aleph Null. There are no Ripper Swarms, and he may be worthwhile to use because of the healing. And again, Ravas, although I could use him, I wouldn't be able to use, her Overwatch. So I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, if I move him all the way up there, that's probably going to cause some issues. So let's keep them close and let them come down to me. Because, yep, they're going to get attacked. Aleph Null can heal. No summoning, remember. Now, is my Harbinger of Destruction going to be strong enough to deal with this? Not too bad, but no flea. And I've just realised this guy summons, but it's done on a passive rather than an active. So I'm guessing that's okay? No. So you've got to do this without using him. Interesting. Now let's look at encounter 4. So here, no energy. That's a lot of troops. Right, so it looks like I'm free to use, well, anyone I wish. So, bring in Aleph Null, bring in Makatep. I'm just wondering where Aleph Null actually goes, because the summons, if we swap sides, bring in Imus back as well for his Overwatch. Let's start. So the idea here is I'm going to move in. Imus already starts on Overwatch. I'm going to have to watch out for this character up here. Move our next guy in, summon his swarms. Well, not swarms, his shield drones. Because I want them to come close, so I can shoot at them lots. Let's see how this works out. Worked out fairly well. And let's use the active to finish these two off. Now let's move on to the rare. Okay, so here we've got no Gorse damage and no mechanic. Does that mean mechanical? Because I think Necrons are mechanical. Let's see what the filter says. We are spread all over for this. So I think again we'll be using Imus, but I've got a funny feeling it's not going to be good enough. So let's get some summons down. And let's see if Imus is good enough here. He's the only one with the Overwatch to put down here. Unless I switch these two round. Actually, yes, do that. Let's put him down there, because he'll have a summon. And let's put Imus up here. Put Rivas into Overwatch and summon, and hopefully they'll target the drone here and the drones here, and Imus will be able to protect itself using its Overwatch, but as always these things never really go according to plan. I think that worked. The problem is, can we survive the rest of this? Yeah, we should be fine. And rare 2, no enemitic damage. No, is that Imitek? Yes, so no Overwatch. That's a lot of critters, but we can put all our favourite guys in anyway. We'll get the people with the summons in first. And put Makatep in there as well. Put him there. In they come. Now, I'm thinking I should have put Makatep in a better position so that he could actually use his ability on the Scarabs. So I'm going to have to move them out of the way. Scarabs take the brunt of the damage. We're fine with that. So we'll take some damage here, but Alephanol heals up. Get rid of the rest of those and move down. Apparently I can heal. So I didn't get the lightning victory, so I need to do that a bit better. But I managed to get my 3 badges. And finally encounter 3. Now here's what I was talking about earlier. This ancient rune is used in quite a lot of the Eldar upgrades. And here we've got a great 75% chance to get it. Now, looking elsewhere, you'll probably find this maybe a 25, maybe a 33% chance. So if you are upgrading your Eldar, this will be a great node to farm to get this 75% chance to get these ancient runes. And we can't have any plasma here. In fact, I think the ancient runes are used with the Necrons and maybe even the Tau, so they're all quite useful, especially the 75%. Now let's see who we've got. Well, we can use all our normal guys. We can't use Thutmose. So we'll start by putting in our Tau, followed by the Necrons that we can actually use. Now, Thutmose is a bit of wet noodle when it comes to taking hits, so I'll put him at the back, ready to bring him in when needed. And I'll send the Tau out to shoot things from afar. Now this was probably a mistake, it's going to get hit. Put him there. That was a big hit on Alephanol. Shieldrun took some of the damage, but not all. Alephanol gets hit again. And some heal, but I've got some damage on this guy, so I'm not going to get full marks, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to get full medals. So let's get some scarabs out. Now, can we? Excellent. And we'll use our active ability to kill those, and send the scarabs on their way to kill the last 2. Oh, not quite. There you go. Now this is where it starts to get a bit hairy, because at Epic we're now looking at silver 2 and 3 versus my silver 1 and my 1 silver 3. Now here we can't actually use Alephanol because they've got we can only use people who've got a maximum of 4 hits in their range attack if they have one, otherwise they're melee attack, so that's Alephanol out. So let's see how we do here, because we're going to be very restricted. Okay. So it looks as though we are left with just 3 people. We've got to use ShoSyl, we've got to use Thutmose, and we've got to use Makatep. Now, as I said, I value getting 3 medals over getting full marks, so I'm imagining these guys are actually going to get damaged, but if I fail here and to get 3 medals, I'd actually quite happily substitute in Alephanol. You don't need the full marks, it's more important to get those 3 medals and clear the mission. But we're going to try it. No fleeing. No fleeing. And we don't want to stand on the barbed wire. So hopefully, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Yeah, so we'll move here. We're really not fine. Yeah, I've lost one. So I'll have to redo this to close combat. Really, ShoSyl? Okay. But this really shows how good ShoSyl is on these missions on his own. You don't need to actually have the maximum one yourself. They provide you the maximum level character, but I will need to redo this because I do want to get those 3 medals. So we'll try again. And this time I'm just going to bring in Alephanol. Now, this will make short work of it, because we'll just move in and summon scarabs. And whilst I won't get the maximum score, for me, as I said, it's not about the maximum score, it's about completing it with those 3 medals. And as you can see, we're making much easier progress this time. So why do I want the 3 medals? Quite simply, it's the rewards. Here we've got an extra epic Xenos badge. Now I don't know how far you've got with your Xenos teams, but these badges are very hard to come by. So that's why I focus on getting all the medals. So let's do Epic Encounter 2. Now bear in mind, these are now all Silver 3, so I am going to have to play it careful and hope my troops don't get too demolished. Now here I can't actually use the Gorse ability, which means Makatep is out. So I'll be taking in the strongest out of the rest of them. Obviously that's going to be the ShoSyl they provide us with. Alephanol, Rayvas, and I'm going to take in Thutmose over because I don't think the Overwatch is going to do anything. However, one person's Overwatch who would do something is someone who I didn't get close enough to put up on this pedestal. So I'll put him here, or her here, and I don't really want to move that up there. So what we'll do, we're going to let them come to us. Oh boy. Okay, well, that went from bad to worse. So looking at this is not something I'm going to be able to do without Makatep summoning more scarabs. I think I am in a lot of trouble. I will have to heal up. We'll move back and shoot again. Hopefully Alephanol will keep him busy. And heal up. So as you can see, even when it looks like all is lost, you can still carry on fighting. They like concentrating on some people. It's a shame, only 1 medal. So what are my other 2 medals which I get? One's the Tome of War, and again we've got an epic Xenos badge. So that's all the attempts I have for today. Now, what I'll do, I'll try and do this again tomorrow. However, I'm not sure how far I will actually get with Epic 2 and Legendary. They do seem to be quite highly tuned, needing fairly decent characters to do them. Probably Silver 2, and looking at the Legendary one, maybe even Silver 3 needed. Now, as I said before, let's just look at the upgrades that you get. Here is the Engram Neurochip, which is a Legendary upgrade, and again, as always, it's that 75%. So if you have got any of those characters which need that, that is going to be the farm you need to node if you can complete it. And again here, 75% for the Hyper Material Shifter. Now these sound like either Necron and probably Tau upgrades which are needed. Unfortunately, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm going to carry on. And as I said, if I manage to get 3 medals on these, I will actually upload those videos to show you how to do it with the similar level of Silver 1 and 1 on Silver 3. Anyway, Please like, comment and subscribe if you do indeed like this video, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.